10 things smart men should never do with a woman. Stoicism, modern Stoic. The true victor is not the one who defeats others, but the one who masters himself. Unknown. There's a silent power in the man who knows how to treat a woman, not out of fear, but out of discipline, self-mastery, and wisdom. A man has seen enough of life to understand that strength is not about control. It's about character. Modern Stoicism teaches us that a man should never allow his emotions, ego, or impulses to lead him into dishonor. And yet, in relationships, many fall into traps that silently destroy respect, trust, and connection. This is not just about being a good guy. This is about being a great man, a man who leads with clarity, calmness, and quiet strength. In this video, we're breaking down 8 things a man should never do to a woman, not because society said so, but because Stoic wisdom demands that a real man never sacrifices his integrity for temporary satisfaction. If you want to become the kind of man no woman ever forgets, respected, admired, and deeply valued, then listen closely. This may change the way you approach love forever. 1. Don't buy her affection. Let's get straight to the point. Never try to win a woman's affection with gifts or material things. If she's truly interested in you, it should be because of who you are, your character, strength, and masculinity, not what you can buy her. If she stays with you because of the material things you provide, then her interest is built on shallow grounds. She values the things over your genuine self, and that's a dangerous foundation for any relationship. The core of attraction between men and women is rooted in masculine energy and feminine energy, not the stuff you can buy. Yes, buying her gifts might make her happy in the short term, but it's not authentic. It's like building a house on sand. Eventually, the truth will emerge, and you'll be left questioning, does she like me for who I am, or for what I provide? And let's be honest, that uncertainty will eat away at your self-esteem. You'll find yourself doubting if you're worthy of her without the shiny things. Worse, constantly showering her with material gifts may actually send the wrong signal. A woman with wisdom and clarity can spot this. She might think you're trying to compensate for a deeper insecurity, perhaps a lack of confidence or a fear of not being enough. A smart, self-aware woman sees through these gestures, and that's when she may start distancing herself. The very thing you thought would make her stay could push her away. Instead of relying on material gifts, focus on showcasing your worth through your actions, your integrity, and your ability to lead your own life with confidence. Build a connection based on trust, mutual respect, and emotional depth, not on the things you can give her. Show her who you are in the way you carry yourself, the way you treat others, and the way you handle life's challenges. Your true value is found in your character, not your credit card balance. As Marcus Aurelius once said, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injustice. In the context of relationships, the best way to win her over is to be a man of substance, not a man who buys his way into affection. When she sees the real you, strong, confident, and authentic, she will respect and appreciate you for who you are, not for what you give. So I ask you, are you ready to be the man who attracts through authenticity, not material things? Share your thoughts below, and let's start a conversation. 2. Don't rush into becoming her boyfriend. Wait at least 6 months. Take your time before committing. Why? Because you need time to truly get to know her. In the beginning, everything feels intense. It's the honeymoon phase, and you might think she's the one. A man who values his peace doesn't rush into chaos disguised as love. One of the worst mistakes a man can make is rushing into the role of her boyfriend too soon. In a world that idolizes instant gratification, Where modern dating moves fast and feelings are mistaken for facts, the real warrior slows down. He observes. He assesses. He withholds commitment like a king guards his throne. 6 months. That is your proving ground. Not for her to prove her worth to you, but for you to master your judgment, to let time strip away illusion, to see who she truly is behind the charm and curated smiles. At first, everyone puts their best foot forward. That's the honeymoon haze. The danger lies in believing that version is permanent. As Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Don't be afraid to look like the one who waits, because most men dive in, hoping, dreaming, only to drown later in disappointment. Not you. You are the calm in the storm. You are the observer, not the reactor. 6 months will reveal if she is kind when things go wrong, if she respects your boundaries, if she values your time or tries to control it. These things do not surface on date 1. They emerge over seasons, and while the world may mock your patience, your discipline will shield you from unnecessary pain. Take this time not just to know her, but to know yourself in relation to her. Do you feel stronger with her or more insecure? Does she pull you closer to your purpose or further from your principles? A Stoic man knows that love is not just chemistry, it's compatibility. It's not just emotion, it's alignment. So instead of locking yourself into something that feels good temporarily, invest in what will endure. And during that waiting period, you are free to explore, free to reflect, free to grow. Freedom is power. Never hand over your power because of loneliness or pressure. That is how kings fall. Let this truth burn into your mind. Commitment is not a gift to throw away. It's a weapon, a shield, and a responsibility. So wield it wisely. Take your time. She will either respect the man who leads with patience or reveal herself by walking away. Either way, you win. The greatest illusion in modern dating is that speed equals sincerity. But in reality, speed is often fear in disguise, the fear of being alone, of missing out. Don't fall for that. Reverse the pressure. Make her prove she's worth your future. That's not arrogance. That's wisdom earned through experience. If this hit home for you, like the video, subscribe for more wisdom that sharpens your mind and strengthens your soul. And comment below to make it real. I lead with patience, not pressure. Let the world know you're not just another man chasing love. You are the kind of man love has to rise up to meet. 3. Be true to yourself. Albert Chu's wisdom about not worrying too much about what others think resonates deeply with Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes living authentically. Often, we find ourselves saying yes to things that don't align with our true desires, all in an attempt to please others. This isn't just an inconvenience, it's a form of self-sabotage. Saying yes to things you dislike is like putting on a suffocating mask, one that hides your true self and leaves you trapped in someone else's narrative. The Stoic approach to this is simple. Know who you are and stand firm in that knowledge. Don't let the approval of others shape your decisions. It's easy to become lost in the noise of external expectations, but real strength lies in honoring your authentic self. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. This means that by choosing to live true to yourself, you are consciously curating a life of integrity and peace. The Stoics teach us that we cannot control what others think or do, but we have absolute power over our own thoughts, actions, and decisions. It's crucial to recognize that you are the main character in your own life, not a side character in someone else's story. When you embrace this, your actions will become more intentional and your relationships will become more genuine. You'll find a sense of freedom in saying no to what doesn't serve you, and you'll feel empowered to say yes to what aligns with your values. Remember that this doesn't mean you should reject others' input altogether. Instead, evaluate it through the lens of your own truth. The world will always try to pull you in different directions, but your foundation should be unwavering. Practice self-awareness daily, and don't let anyone define your path but you. 4. Don't become overly available. A key principle in Stoic philosophy is to maintain self-mastery, and one of the most important areas to apply this is in your relationships. When you make yourself constantly available to a woman, you risk signaling desperation, or worse, that you lack a full, independent life of your own. This is a critical misstep. A man who rearranges his entire life to accommodate her needs or demands is not only undermining his own value, but also eroding the very respect and admiration that should be present in the relationship. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." A good man, in this case, knows how to value his own time, pursuing his own interests, friendships, and personal goals. It's vital to understand that a woman is far more likely to be attracted to a man who has his own life, someone who continues to grow, learn, and focus on his ambitions even when she's not around. When your life revolves around her every move, you risk becoming a passive figure in your own story, which ultimately makes you less appealing. Women, like men, are drawn to strength and independence. If you cancel plans with your friends or put everything on hold just to accommodate her, you're not only jeopardizing your social life, but you are also sending the message that her presence is the only thing that matters. As the Stoics would say, this is a form of emotional slavery, something no man should willingly accept. A man who values his own time, who balances the relationship with his personal development and the pursuit of his own goals, commands respect. It's about creating boundaries, not just for the woman, but for yourself as well. A woman will respect and desire a man who maintains this balance, someone who doesn't drop everything for her, but continues to strive toward his personal aspirations. A man who is constantly at her beck and call, on the other hand, will soon be taken for granted. Remember, your independence is your strength. Keep working on your growth, stay grounded in your values, and the right woman will naturally be drawn to the man you are, not the man who simply caters to her every need. So, the next time you're tempted to drop everything for her, think about your goals, your time, and your boundaries. Strive to be a man who remains centered in his purpose, not someone who becomes a secondary character in someone else's narrative. Keep your independence intact and watch how it transforms your relationships. 5. Guard your past. When navigating relationships, especially with women, there are key principles from Stoicism that can guide you toward emotional clarity and healthy boundaries. One crucial piece of wisdom is the importance of guarding your past. Every man has his story, with triumphs and struggles, joys and pain. However, it's vital to recognize that not every detail of your past should be shared, especially the challenging aspects that define your resilience. As Friedrich Nietzsche wisely said, "Old ideas may come back to challenge us," and the same applies to your past. Revealing too much can open the door for unnecessary judgment, manipulation, or emotional vulnerability. And while honesty is valuable, wisdom lies in knowing which parts of your history are for you and which should remain private. Guarding your past doesn't mean hiding it or pretending it didn't shape you. Rather, it means protecting your inner strength and maintaining control over what others know about you. Relationships should be built on mutual respect, not the exposure of your deepest wounds. It's essential to share only what fosters growth and understanding, and to keep the more personal, formative experiences safeguarded as a part of your identity, not for anyone else's judgment or exploitation. In modern relationships, many men make the mistake of thinking they need to share everything to establish intimacy or build trust. But in reality, oversharing can cause harm, leaving you feeling vulnerable or misunderstood. Think of it this way: your life's story is yours to tell, not to be laid bare for scrutiny. Keep the parts that make you resilient, the moments where you've overcome hardship, private, as they form the core of who you are. There's no need to expose every scar. Some are meant to remain personal, serving as the foundation for your growth and strength, not as emotional currency for others. It's not about being secretive, but about protecting your emotional well-being and ensuring that you aren't leaving yourself open to exploitation. 6. Don't share your problems with a woman. One of the most powerful, yet misunderstood principles in a man's journey is the way he handles vulnerability, especially in front of a woman. Many men, in an effort to build connection, fall into the trap of oversharing their problems, thinking it will create intimacy. But here's the truth that most won't tell you. A high-value woman does not want to lead a man emotionally. She wants to feel protected, secure, and led by a man who can stand firm even when the storm hits. As the ancient Stoics taught, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one. Marcus Aurelius. When you show her your chaos, your unresolved issues, your emotional fragility, you strip away the very foundation of masculine strength that sets you apart. Women are wired to test strength, not out of malice, but instinct. They seek the best man available, often unconsciously comparing the options in front of them. So when she asks about your struggles, remember, it's not always an invitation to unload. It's a subtle challenge, a probe to see if you are the calm in the storm or just another man who can't hold his ground. Instead of spilling your problems, show composure. Say you're handling things. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Then, once you've conquered the challenge, circle back and share how you solved it, not to seek validation, but to demonstrate capability. That's when her admiration grows. This is how a king moves. And when you need to vent or strategize, find another man you respect. Iron sharpens iron. Share your battles with those who fought their own, not with someone who is biologically driven to look for strength in a partner. Remember, results are more attractive than intentions. A man who handles things in silence, then delivers with quiet confidence, builds unshakable trust. So let this be your first rule of masculine discipline. Never share your problems prematurely. Hold your frame. Handle your business. And if this resonates with you, comment below. A real man solves first, speaks later. Let's build a generation of grounded, powerful men, one principle at a time. 7. Prioritize relationships with friends and family. Plato's analogy of people being like soil that can either help you grow or impede your growth emphasizes the importance of maintaining connections with friends and family. Too many men make the grave mistake of sacrificing genuine bonds with family and friends for the approval of someone new. This is not only a misstep, but a dangerous game to play. You see, while you may feel momentary satisfaction from new relationships or the fleeting attention of others, the long-term security, wisdom, and strength come from the people who've been by your side through thick and thin. These are the individuals who understand your journey, your struggles, and your triumphs. They are your unwavering support system, the solid ground beneath you when the world around you shakes. So why risk severing ties with the very people who've helped you grow, simply to chase after the illusion of perfection or approval from someone who may not even remain in your life? No, it's time to prioritize the relationships that have stood the test of time. Friendships and family members are not obstacles. They are the lifeblood of your emotional and psychological well-being. Realize that in a world full of distractions and temptations, the people who truly care about you are worth more than gold, than Let this be a wake-up call. Don't let your pursuit of external approval lead you to neglect the most valuable people in your life. Reconnect with those who have stood by you, who have been instrumental in your growth. Cherish them, for they are the ones who've seen you at your best and worst, and yet they choose to remain. These relationships provide you with the grounding you need to succeed and thrive, without the fear of being let down by others who may come and go. As you continue on your journey, remember, the quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. So, don't allow the noise of external validation to drown out the love and support that's been there all along. Prioritize your loved ones, your friends, your family, and watch how they help you grow into the person you were always meant to become. Now, I want you to take action. Go ahead, leave a comment below, and tell us one relationship you're going to nurture more today. Share this wisdom with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more empowering content. Your support system is waiting. 8. Face the fear of being alone. In life, many men fear being alone, but this fear can lead to decisions that are not aligned with their true desires and well-being. As Aristotle wisely said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Understanding who you are and being comfortable in your own company is key to personal growth and happiness. It is only through solitude that you can truly discover your own strengths and weaknesses. The Stoics emphasize the importance of self-reliance and emotional resilience. The fear of loneliness often drives men into relationships that don't serve them, choosing companionship for the sake of comfort rather than genuine connection. This mindset can create unhealthy patterns where the individual's sense of self-worth is tied to being with someone else, which is not the ideal approach. By embracing solitude, you develop the strength to make choices based on what adds value to your life, rather than out of fear of being alone. In modern life, many men fall into the trap of thinking they need to constantly be surrounded by others or in a relationship to feel complete. This is a dangerous mindset, as it undermines your ability to build inner strength and resilience. Solitude should not be feared, but celebrated as a time for self-reflection, growth, and understanding. Take the time to appreciate your own company and become your own source of happiness. When you finally choose to be with someone, let it be because they bring something meaningful to your life, not because you feel empty without them. Relationships should enhance your life, not fill a void. By learning to stand strong on your own, you become more attractive to others and develop relationships that are founded on mutual respect and genuine connection. Let go of the fear of solitude, for in doing so, you will discover the true value of meaningful relationships grounded in wisdom and self-assurance. If you believe in embracing solitude for strength, drop a comment right now. I stand strong in my own company. Like this video, subscribe for more unshakable wisdom and remind yourself daily. True power lies in knowing who you are. 9. Avoid obsessive devotion. Wise men, particularly those who follow the teachings of Stoic philosophy, know that the foundation of a fulfilled life is built upon a strong sense of self-worth and personal balance. Marcus Aurelius, one of history's greatest Stoic minds, warned against falling into the trap of obsessive devotion to others, recognizing the deep damage it can cause to one's inner peace and autonomy. Becoming overly fixated on another person can create a kind of mental orbit, much like a satellite locked in a perpetual loop. The more you center your world around someone else, the further you drift from your true purpose, your individual dreams, and your unique identity. Just as a satellite endlessly revolves around its source, you begin to lose sight of your own potential, making the other person's wishes and desires the governing force of your life. Such an approach to relationships, where you place another's needs above your own, will gradually erode your sense of self. Your dreams, your values, and your goals all begin to fade into the background, overshadowed by your obsessive focus on someone else. You begin to prioritize their approval, their happiness, and their satisfaction over your own, which eventually leads to self-neglect. It is important to understand that obsessive devotion is not a mark of strength, but a sign of vulnerability. It reveals a lack of internal strength, and it prevents you from fully engaging in your own life as the lead character of your story. Reclaiming control over your own life starts with a conscious decision to stop living as a shadow of someone else. It requires you to recognize that you, and only you, are the true center of your world. Just as the sun is the source of light for everything in its orbit, you must realize that you are the primary source of energy in your own life. The moment you stop orbiting around someone else's world and begin to reclaim your inner power, you'll find that your goals, your happiness, and your self-worth become more defined and stronger. Living your life in the shadow of another person means surrendering your autonomy. You are not meant to play a secondary role in someone else's story. Your narrative should be yours to craft, to shape, and to live out in full. You were born to be the star of your own journey, not a mere supporting character to someone else's plot. And in doing so, you will not only reclaim your emotional well-being, but enhance the very relationships you seek to nurture. Relationships are most successful when both parties are strong, independent, and empowered individuals who support and complement each other rather than one person diminishing themselves to serve the needs of the other. It's crucial to maintain perspective. Your life is not a backdrop for someone else's story. Your unique journey deserves to be lived on your own terms, and only by recognizing this will you ever truly be able to lead a life of fulfillment. Fixating on someone else's path can be destructive. It can turn your potential into a fleeting shadow. The key is to prioritize your own growth, values, and ambitions. Once you embrace the fact that your identity is separate and distinct, you can begin to build a life that is full of purpose, satisfaction, and inner peace. Now pause and reflect. Are you allowing someone else to define your worth? Are you living according to your own values, or are you placing someone else's desires before your own? Take a step back, regain your inner strength, and remember, you are the sun of your own universe. Share your thoughts below, and let's discuss how we can all retain our personal power while building healthy, balanced relationships. Don't let her lead the relationship. When it comes to relationships, one of the most important aspects of maintaining balance and respect is knowing how to lead. 9. Don't let her lead the relationship. While it's vital to listen to your partner, validate her feelings, and support her aspirations, you must never allow her to take complete control of the relationship. A woman seeks a strong, decisive man, someone who knows his values, his direction, and his purpose in life. If you constantly defer to her decisions or let her set the pace, the natural harmony of the relationship begins to shift. She'll start to feel burdened by the responsibility, and what was once a partnership can quickly turn into a one-sided dynamic. Women want a partner, not a follower. Take charge when necessary, showing her that you can lead with confidence, making decisions that reflect your values and ambitions. Leadership doesn't mean being controlling or dismissing her thoughts. It's about being assertive in guiding the relationship in a way that respects both her voice and your own. When you exhibit strength in your decisions, she'll not only respect you more, but the relationship will flourish with a healthier balance. Remember, a relationship thrives on mutual respect and shared responsibility, and a decisive man who knows where he's going will bring stability and fulfillment for both partners. Don't let fear of conflict or the need to please her take away your natural leadership role. Embrace it and watch your connection grow stronger. It all starts with self-respect, the core of every rule a man should live by when dealing with women. When you value your time, energy, and worth, the right woman will notice and respect you. You don't need to be perfect, just real, grounded, and unshaken. That quiet confidence is what makes a man irresistible. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So here are 8 things a man should never do with a woman. Don't overshare your problems. It weakens your presence. Don't blindly agree with her. Respect comes from standing your ground. Don't rush into commitment. Real love takes time. Don't buy her love. It cheapens real connection. Don't mistake kindness for desire. Stay sharp. Don't over-apologize. It signals insecurity. Don't curse like a sailor. Speak with intention. Don't fake intelligence. Be honest and willing to grow. And above all, never lose yourself in trying to please her. As Emerson said, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. If this hits home, drop a comment below and share your story. Like, subscribe, and send this to a brother who needs it. Stay sharp, stay grounded, stay true.